Hey, thank you for joining me here at Mr. Melvin Makes. Because this is going to be my last video of the month of June, I wanted to make some art inspired by an artist who has a lot of pride. Today I am making art inspired by Keith Haring. Here's an example of a contemporary take on his style of art with a figure flossing. Hope you enjoy. Keith Haring made art about many themes, including love and kindness. His simple cartoony style, like I'm demonstrating, is one that I believe many can relate to, and it's an easy way to learn how to draw figures. His art is so important because it showed others that everybody deserves the right to love, and everybody needs love. Today I challenge you to make art with figures showing kindness or love. And today I plan on showing you how you can do that. Because I've got a very important birthday coming up, I am going to make a birthday card inspired by Keith Haring's artwork. So I'm getting started with regular drawing paper. I folded it in half. Whenever you're folding something, remember that one hand is good for holding while the other hand is great for folding. So I've got my picture folded. And because I'm using kind of thin paper, I need to stick to crayon, colored pencil, or anything dry that won't bleed through or show onto the other side of the paper. Right there you can see how we can get started making Keith Haring figures. 3 simple steps to make characters. Alright, so let's get started. I like to start with a pencil and I like to map out exactly where my characters are going to stand. So I drew 2 tiny lines at the bottom, equally spaced so that I have room or space for each character. I want one to be taller and one to be a little bit shorter, so I'm starting with the heads of both characters, drawing circles where I'd like those characters to stand. So step number 1 reads lines with pencil. So with my pencil, I'm making a stick figure or a line figure just lightly with my pencil. Step number 3 reads erase pencil, so I can't press too hard with that tool. Getting started, I want to make a complicated stick figure, one that has shoulders and hips. So a circle for the head, a line across for the shoulders, a line down for the body, and a line across for the hips. Attached to the hips, I draw legs with bends in the knees and bends within the ankle, so it's 3 lines together. And I follow those same steps for the arms to show the elbows and the wrist. Step number 2 reads shapes with marker. What that means is I'm turning the lines into shapes by putting a bubble around each line. I'm not going to use marker today because I am making a card and I plan on writing inside of it. If I use marker, that might bleed through and ruin the inside of this card. So instead, I'm just pressing extra hard with crayon to add some emphasis. If you look closely, you can see how I am just putting a bubble close to each line I have drawn with pencil, but not touching it. One important thing to remember is that the arms and legs are skinnier than the body. So the bubble around the line for the torso or body needs to be a bigger space than the space you leave for the arms and legs. I generally draw a line up from the ends of where I drew the hips up to the shoulders. Now what I just finished doing there was wiping away kind of crayon residue or crayon dust that happens when you press a little bit hard with the crayon. Because the crayon is made of a wax, pressing hard can kind of leave shreds of that wax that can really mess up your picture. I am also ready for step number 3, which is erase pencil. This is a lot easier when you do your shapes in marker because you can erase right over marker. With a crayon, I have to worry about smudging or smearing the wax. So I'm really carefully using only the corner of my eraser to get inside of these tiny shapes. In a time-lapse section here, you can follow along as I finish my second figure and just add some fun details to this drawing. Alright, let's talk about two details that'll really make this look like a Keith Haring inspired drawing. The first is nothing too new to us as artists, a ground line or horizon line. Keith Haring would often do this in his drawings to create a simple but effective area of space. Just drawing that line across the paper tells me that these figures are standing on something rather than floating in space. Kind of need somewhere to love and care about others, so give them a space to do that. I'm also just adding tiny dots because that's something I see in a lot of Keith Haring's artwork. He might also add tiny lines, just something extra to add texture to the ground or space. The second thing that's going to make this Keith Haring inspired are these tiny lines around each figure. In my classroom, I like to call these action lines because they show action or movement. They also might be called movement lines. Whatever you want to call them is fine with me. The purpose of them is to show that your characters are moving through the space rather than frozen still in time. Well, thank you for joining me here at Mr. Melvin Makes as we learn about Keith Haring and make art inspired by his artwork. I hope you learned a little bit about figure drawing today, but more importantly, I hope you remember that everybody deserves love and everybody needs love. So make some art for someone you care about today. Show friendship, show kindness, show whatever you need to let somebody know that you care about them. Everybody needs those reminders in their lives, and it's up to us as artists to give that to them.